Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Dominic Davis, also known as Brown and Bendy, and here on this channel we practice flexibility of the mind, the body, and the spirit. So first things first, I have a scripting journal and it looks like this. I'm a big fan of scripting. I believe that scripting can literally take you from one reality to another because it allows you to organize your thoughts, figure out what you want, feel the vibration of what you want, and create a practice so that you can revisit that vibration and continue to grow it. So if you would like to check out my scripting journal, there is a link to it in the description box. Also, if you would like to try your hand at manifesting your own journal, all you got to do is comment on the channel because I have a giveaway every month so that I can give one of the reality benders a free scripting journal, and all you got to do is engage on the channel to enter. Also, I get asked quite often what books I recommend for those who are just starting their spiritual journey or those who just want a good book to read. So I have a list of 10 books I recommend for your spiritual journey, also in the description box. They are all affiliate links. So if you buy a book from that list, you're helping to support the channel. Last but not least, if you have a cool manifestation that you would like to share with the channel, with the community, please comment it because we're going to start doing a manifestation Fridays. I'll tell you guys the name of it on that day because it's cool. A community member came up with the name and it's really cool, but we're going to share those starting this Friday. So if you have a manifestation story, go ahead and leave a comment. You never know how your story can inspire someone else. Oh, I'm getting really good at these these community notes. Yeah. So when you want to put a pen away and you don't have any space left because you have so many pens. Okay, so first and foremost, y'all see the title, y'all see what this video is about. First and foremost, this is a safe space. The reality bender community is a community that is about expanding our consciousness, expanding our understanding, and honestly, to me, it's a search for God. So you better come in here with that energy. That's all I'm going to say. If I want us to have a conversation about this, I want us to talk about this. But if there is any type of aggressive, angry energy in your comment, it's getting deleted. It has to go. Okay. So yes, please leave constructive criticism if you are a Christian or if you are not, whatever background you come from. And please know that I am still learning. I am still growing. So if anything I said inspires an idea within you, leave a comment so I can learn from you. Okay. Let me get my notes because I got them. I'm gonna try to make today's video not super long. I get asked all the time, like, are you a Christian now? What is your religion now? Like, what are you doing, Dom? And I think it's time to address this. So when I was talking about my near-death experience the other day, I said Jesus took the wheel and guided me to the shoulder. And someone left a comment and it was like, Jesus isn't real. Why do you believe in Jesus? And the energy in the comment was, there was so much frustration and so much anger in the comment. And I was just like, dude, we're all right. First of all, first and foremost, I am a person who believes that whatever you believe is true to you. So it does not matter what path we take to find God. We will all find God. So first and foremost, if you're on the search, you will find. That's what I believe. So that's the first thing I wanted to say. And we got to stop taking, I need to put this somewhere where I can see it. We got to stop taking everyone's spiritual path so personally. When you take someone else's spiritual path personally, honey bunny, it's a reflection on you. It's a reflection that you don't feel grounded in your own spirituality. So you go around trying to control the views of others. It's a reflection of the fact that you have not sat with what you believe long enough to really know if you believe it. So stop being so commanding of the beliefs of others. Okay. I know a lot of people stand behind the I'm saving souls, but you can't save another person's soul. The only person who can save their soul is themselves. Okay. Don't give yourself that power. I'm sorry. I don't want to have this condescending energy, but when it comes to spirituality, I'm very protective of everyone's spiritual journey because I have found Christ again, and we are going to talk about Christianity. I have found Christ again, but I would not have found Christ if it were not for the last 5 years of studying everything. So I'm very protective of this idea of we have to control how people view their spirituality so that they don't, I'm getting really emotional, sorry, so that they do not experiment so that they do not truly search. And it's like, that is so selfish. That is so selfish to say that you know everything and you're going to tell another person how to practice spirituality. So let's talk about Christianity. I am not a Christian. I'm not a Christian. I'm going to talk about what I like about Christianity. What I really, really like is that there is a lot of grounding in Christianity, as well as talking about obedience and giving the responsibility to the practitioner. If you practice Christianity, giving a lot of the responsibility of obedience to that practitioner. I love that. Okay. Put the fire on. Okay. Say, hey, look, you have to show up in order to see results. I'm all about that. So I do love the aspect of obedience that comes from Christianity. The idea that we are going to face things in this world, and it's up to us to come back to God, to come back to Jesus, to come back to Jesus's teachings. Love that. I also like in more contemporary Christian teachings, I love the focus on Jesus and Jesus's love and God's love for us. I love that. But the main reason why I do not consider myself a Christian is because of the culture of Christianity. Honey bunny, it is. I call my kids honey bunnies, so I say it a lot, but it is too judgmental for me. It is, I cannot get with it. It's like every time I let my guard down and have an open heart, the judgment comes. And I feel like I have a light in me. So I think that when I'm in Christian spaces, I think that I might attract people who feel like I put myself higher up, so they feel comfortable expressing their their viewpoints about other Christians with me. I'll put it that way. And it's like, I'm not going to align with a religion to change the religion. I'm not going to align with a religion to change the culture of the religion, because religion is man-made. So that's not my job. So that being said, the culture of Christianity is too judgmental, and for me. And that is simply why I do not consider myself a Christian. And unfortunately, I feel like the teachings of Christianity from the Bible encourage judgment. And there's a lot of conflicting language within the Bible that I do believe makes sense. And I do believe there's a reason, but I have to finish the Bible in order to have a full opinion. So stay tuned for that in like 10 years, because it's taking me forever to get through. But that being said, I think that because the way the Bible is taught, so many people believe that their judgment is founded in standing up for God. And it's like, God does not need anybody to stand up for them. That's another reason I don't consider myself Christian. When I talk about God, I say them, because I believe that God is not a man or a woman. That's a whole different conversation. But I'm gonna put this little nugget in here. I think that if you have a hard time trusting God, maybe start using them instead of him, because a lot of us, we don't trust God because we say, I love him, he loves me, and we have been hurt by men deeply. So when we say he and him, it triggers us subconsciously because we don't trust any man. But that's another story. We'll talk about it another day. But yes, God is not a gender. So there's that. And another reason I do not consider myself a Christian is that because I feel like so much of Christian culture dismisses the wholeness of God. It's very Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. And let me make this very clear. If Jesus comes back today, I'm going to be first in line to rub that man's feet. I am so deeply in love with Jesus. And we're going to get to that in a second. I am deeply, deeply in love with Jesus. But what frustrates me about Christianity is that it dismisses all of God's creation, all of God's work. Like, I get sick when I see people say, stop saying God, or stop saying the universe, you better say God. And it's like, God created the universe. And you guys know I love Mike Todd. I love Mike Todd. And I was watching him and I was so disappointed because he was talking about, and it was a good sermon, I'm not gonna lie, it was a good sermon, but at one point he was talking about chakras. And he was like, y'all put all your faith in the chakras and this and that. That's not going to save you. He said something along those lines. And I was so hurt because there is a parallel between our chakras and the central nervous system. And the more that we align our chakras, the more that we are working on finding ease within our bodies, which lead to better health. I'm sorry, they're working on the lawn outside. I'm so sorry, which aligns with better health and aligns with clear thinking, and it aligns with healing. So doesn't that mean that that's how God created us? So it's like, so much of Christian teaching takes away from all of God's work if the work is not grounded in Jesus. And I believe that that's simply through fear, because a lot of people, if it's not related to Jesus, they can't make sense of it. And because they can't make sense of it, they fear it. And that is something that is very, very frustrating to me, because when you truly study spirituality, when you truly make it a gratitude, a lifestyle, and you see it in everything and the way the whole entire world works, it's like the goodness of God, it blows your mind every single day, and it never, ever, ever stops. And a lot of it is separate from Jesus. And when I say separate from Jesus, we're about to get to this. Actually, let's just get to it. So if I'm not a Christian, what do I believe? If I'm not a Christian, how am I coming back to Jesus every day? So I have found this phrase called Christ consciousness, and it immediately aligned with where I am in life right now. And Christ consciousness is the understanding that Jesus and God are one. So it's the study of man and their man's oneness with the divine. And when I say that the earth has so much goodness in it, separate from Jesus, is because I believe that Jesus can teach us as humans with the human condition how to be one with the divine. But there is so much separate from us as humans that shows the goodness of God. I hope that made sense. Okay, so I believe that we separate ourselves from God through our earthly values. If we were to delete all social media, and I mean, we have to go to work, we have to interact with people, but if we were to align ourselves with the priority of only focusing, I'm so sorry, you guys, it's so loud. I apologize. If we were to align ourselves, okay, I'm just gonna talk through it. Okay, I'm just gonna talk through it. That's nothing but the devil. Oh, I love the devil too. I don't love the devil. I love what the devil represents. We're gonna get to that in a moment. But if we were to strip ourselves from all of these earthly things, all of these earthly values, and simply focus on us healing ourselves, because we don't do this as children, right? As children, we're experiencing, and then when we become adults, we're like dealing with everything that we've experienced. So if we were to just focus on ourselves and healing everything that we've experienced as children, and then focusing on where God is in our reality, thus expanding our consciousness through the study of God, what type of world would we live in, you know? And when I say that I love what the devil represents, is I've actually gotten back into reading tarot cards. I stopped for a long, long, long time because of different reasons, but really because I just felt like I didn't know enough, and I felt very disconnected from my intuition, because I would try to read cards and I wouldn't feel connection. And I think that was my own blockages. But even when you look at the tarot card, the devil, I highly encourage you to look up the tarot card for the devil. It is two humans with chains around their necks, and then the symbol of the devil, like the horned creature. And the devil always represents, to me and what I believe, the devil always represents power that you give away. Power that you give away. Even when we sin, we are sinning because we are in fear that we do not have the power, the strength to not do whatever is compromising us, right? So that being said, I don't know if I'm ever going to find a church where I will be comfortable enough being myself. That is my current struggle because oh my God, Elevation. And you guys know I live in the same city as Elevation, Stephen Furtick, all that. But I just don't know if I'll be able, because I know a lot of Christians see this as blasphemous. I know a lot of Christians do not have the emotional capacity to sit with someone who does not claim Christianity and see them as an equal, which breaks my heart because someone's spiritual views should not allow you to put yourself on a pedestal because that's what Jesus taught. But what I want to say is, even if you're a Christian, if you're not a Christian, just as far as Christ consciousness goes, a person may see this as blasphemous. I'm not the same as Jesus. I can't be one with God. Jesus was one with God. But what if Christ was simply trying to teach us that our life was about the pursuit of becoming one with God? And what if instead of worshiping Jesus as a figure, which I love Jesus, I do worship him. It's a very bizarre type of worship, because it's not the worship that I was taught when I was younger to just love, just praise, just sing without really understanding. But it's the type, it's like true love. It's like real, like I love you because of who you are. And it's to the level of worship because he died for humans, but it's not forced. But that being said, what if instead of worshiping him, Jesus simply wanted us to align with God through consistent acts of forgiveness, compassion, and love? What if that's it? And before we say that's blasphemous, man can never be aligned or one with God. One, look at how much meditation is in the Bible. Why do we think it's there so much? Actually, before I get off that point, meditation is not sitting and thinking about something. Meditation is about stripping away the thoughts and the situations that man creates so that you can raise your vibration to align with that of source. Okay. So what if we are simply supposed to be here observing these earthly situations and observing our own triggers that were placed in us in childhood and evolving above them through compassion, love, and empathy for others? What if we took every single thing that Jesus taught and instead of worshiping Jesus, we actually followed him and what he said? What if? What if? What if? So I hope that that was a good background on where I am on my spiritual journey, because I also feel like I have a channel where I talk about spirituality. So I don't feel like I owe you guys a lot, because no one owes each other anything. I make these videos out of love, not because I feel like I owe you guys anything, but because I make spiritual videos, I feel like I owe you where I am as far as spirituality. So now you know, and it feels really good to share this with you. So yes, let's talk about it. Let's share. Please monitor your energy when you are typing. If you are overly emotional, if you are getting hot and you're feeling your nervous system start acting up, maybe step away from the keyboard and sit with it and really see why we're emotional before we comment. Yeah. Okay. I love you guys so much. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up so everybody on YouTube knows that it's valuable. Also, if you would like me to expand on anything that I talked about in today's video, please let me know down in the description box, down in the comment box. Last but not least, please make sure that you are subscribed and that you click that notification bell so that you can be alerted when I come out with a new video. I love you so much. I will see you tomorrow.